Welcome back to the channel. If you're an existing subscriber, we appreciate the support as always. Today's video is going to be a travel video. We're going to a place that we like to camp. It's in south central Utah. It's called Fish Lake. This video is going to be more of a camping video and showing you the area that we stayed in and some of the things that we saw while we were camping. We stayed at a place called Bowery Creek Campground, and if you've never been to the area, there's a number of these campgrounds that you can go to. Bowery Creek is no different from the fact that you've got to reserve your campground online if you want to make sure you get one. We've never stayed at Bowery Creek Campground before, and it was a nice place to go. So we're going to show you a little bit about that, some of the area of Fish Lake. And then we went over to Johnson Reservoir, which is a little bit east, 15 minutes or so away from Fish Lake. As you can see by the smoke in the air, this was fire season, and it was worse than normal years. We had a lot of smoke coming over from California and other states that were literally on fire. Zariah came with us on this trip, so we went down to the beach and we hung out for a while. The weather was so warm this trip, and it was really fun to hang out down at the beach and go fishing. This is definitely a good lake for fishing. They've got 4 different species of trout in the lake, as well as kokanee salmon. This lake is like 175 feet. It's 6 miles long by 1 mile wide. This lake is unique in the fact that it's part of a geologic phenomenon. It's called a grapen, I think is how you pronounce that. It's where the surface of the earth drops down and it falls into where there's a fault, a natural fault down below. The result from this geologic phenomenon is that the lake drops off pretty rapidly when you get a ways out into the water. And you can see when Chris was walking out in the lake here, she would have to walk out at least 40 feet before the water would start getting above her knees. So the water was really shallow along this area until that point. And that's where the boats come in handy. If you're going to get the big ones, you're really going to need a boat to get out there to get way down in the water. And if you didn't bring all your supplies, there are 3 general stores that are in the area, or convenience stores. One of them, the main one that we went to, was the Fish Lake Resort General Store. If you're staying here at the lake for any amount of time and you need some supplies, you're going to be driving yourself an hour away to Richfield, Utah, and it beats up against Interstate 70. On the recommendation of our camp host, we took a trip over to Johnson Reservoir. It's about 15 minutes away from the lake, or from our campground, and so we took a drive over to there to just spend some time. There's no running water and they're just pit toilets, so if you're going over to this place to have a picnic or hang out, just be aware of that. I'm not sure exactly why the water level was so low this trip for us in Johnson Reservoir, but it's not uncommon for firefighting helicopters to come by and dump their big buckets in and head out and go douse some fires. If you're thinking about taking your RV to this location, at least Bowery Creek, just be aware of the roads. The single lane road is really narrow and they've got switchbacks that go all throughout the campground. And those can be a little tight, and there were people there that were struggling to get around the corners, and if you meet someone, you got to flip a coin, I guess, to see who's going to go first. I'll put a link in the description below for all the details of this specific campground. You remember the last time that you took some time for yourself and your family and skipped some stones across the lake? Sometimes that's what you got to do when you're camping. And this place was a great opportunity for us to hang out. Fish Lake is a really fun place to come. We'd like to come back here again. We want to try something a little bit different. If you've been here before and you've experienced a different campground or stayed at the resort or some other place that you can rent, let us know in the comments down below. That's always a big help to find new opportunities when we're out camping. I hope the information in this video was helpful for you to learn a little bit more about Fish Lake if you don't know anything about it to begin with. If you did get something from it, click that like button down below. It does help the video and it helps the channel. And of course, if you're new here, consider subscribing. And when you do that, hit that notification bell so you know of every video that we put up. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.